Evolve is just launched, and with some relatively staggering numbers. Recently, you guys released a little info sheet that kind of gave a little stats update as to how everybody's playing the game and so forth. Somewhere in around 1.3 million rounds have been played. Total views of 7 million viewers on Twitch. Like, this is staggering numbers. How excited are you guys for the release of Evolve?
Well, it's always, I don't know, it's always exciting and scary at the same time. You know, we worked on this game for 4 years, and it's a lot of our, you know, we hire people who are very passionate. The team's very passionate. They're a lot of gamers. They're really motivated. A lot of this stuff, a lot of what's in the game, you know, it was driven by the team. You know, it kind of works from bottom up a lot of times creatively on the team. And so, you know, as a result, everybody on the team is, you know, they worked really hard for 4 years, and now we get to see this thing come out. And you're, of course, nervous about things, but at the same time, you know, this is what we've been working for 4 years for. This is what we've been trying so hard to do: get the game done and get it into gamers' hands. And now the players out there get to be part of the team, and they get to start giving us feedback and let us know, you know, what things they're really excited about and what things they think could be improved, that sort of thing. And they're kind of helping to steer the ship now.
Now, has the game changed much from concept to finished product? Not in the core concept. It was always going to be a group of hunters looking for a monster that was going to grow and get larger and more powerful over time. Some things that did change, things like the monster. As a studio, we worked on first-person shooters. We worked on Counter-Strike. We worked on Left 4 Dead. Those are both first-person experiences. Even when you play in Left 4 Dead and when you play a zombie, you're still in first-person. Right.
And that's how we built the monsters to begin with. You were in first-person, and you'd see the claws on your screen. And eventually that turned into, like 2 years down into production, that turned into third-person. We switched it out and went third-person mode. We felt like if you're going to be a monster, you really want to see the monster. You want to see kind of the cool, crazy tentacles and the spikes and that sort of thing.
DLC plans for monsters and hunters. Right now we're working with 3 monsters, and the behemoth has been mentioned.
Right, yep.
What other plans we got for DLC coming down the pipeline for us as far as monsters, and maybe some new hunters as well? Are we going to see those?
Yeah, there's we also announced that there is 4 more hunters coming. We're definitely excited to see. You know, I think it's just one of those things where, like, right now when you play and you're fighting against a monster, when you're a hunter, you know, it's going to be one of 3 monsters. I think that it gets a lot more interesting when you're fighting against one of 4 monsters. You know.
Absolutely.
And and so I think it just adds to the replayability and to the depth of the game. And something that's worth pointing out is that when Behemoth comes out, you know, even if I didn't buy Behemoth and say me and you are buddies and you bought it and I didn't, I can still play against you. And so people are going to experience Behemoth. Everybody is, right? All players are going to have that level of depth added to their game, whether they purchase it or not. And that's something that we've really been committed to, is making sure that we keep the community together. We never split anybody up.
That's very cool. Do you have any tips for being a monster or hunters for anybody who's just getting new and working their way into the game?
Yeah, I would say, number one, something that I think we could do a better job of is tell people to go, if they go to the gallery, there's a video gallery, and there are advanced tutorials in the video gallery. And those advanced tutorials, we made some for every character in the game. So all the hunters have them, all the monsters have them. And those videos, we tell you about strategy, and we tell you about, you know, how to use your gear most effectively, or how to use your abilities most effectively. So number one, I say, you know, there's some tools in the game to help you learn. And so pay attention to those, take the time to go watch those videos. But yeah, as a hunter, you got to play towards your classes. The most important thing is to play towards your classes, towards their role. So if you're the medic, you know, you really need to focus on healing.
And once you get really good at healing, you can start doing other things. Like Val has the trank gun, slows down the monster, and she has a sniper rifle, which puts weak spots on the monster. And those things are really cool and they're really fun to do. But your number one job is to heal your team. You know, for the monsters, keep moving and don't spend too long. Don't spend too long eating in one area. You know, even if there's more wildlife in one area, I might move on just because I get a sense that I've been there for too long. Because the hunters are actively looking for you. You know.
Right.
So keep moving, and then once you get to stage 2, you know, the pressure comes off a little bit. The game's designed to where if you're a stage 2 monster, you know it's supposed to be an even fight against the hunters. So if you're stage 1, you know you should be actively working to get to at least 2, and then you're all good to fight. So those would be kind of the quick tips from me.